Wednesday firsties. We're going to do some math. Now, if you did the math challenge yesterday for Tuesday, it was page 620. So we'll go over it. If you didn't do it, you can grab the paper and do it with us now, or you can just look at it and watch. So we're going to do it kind of quickly since it was just a challenge. All right, so number one said Colvin tries an experiment 70 times. 10 of the times he gets different results than he thought he would. How many times did Colvin get the results he thought he would? All right, so I know I'm using the number 70 and I'm using the number 10. I'm starting at 70 on my hundreds chart and I have to take 10 away. So I have to go up one square. That's 110. So it's 70 minus 10 equals 60. So Colvin got the answers correct 60 times. So see where I started and I did my little arrow. I have to go up because I'm counting backwards. All right. And the next one says, Mia's basketball team scored 40 points. They score 10 more points than the other team. How many points did the other team score? So we know Mia's team scored 10 more points. It was 40, so I write my 40 there. That's where I'm starting. It was 10 less that the other team scored because Mia scored 10 more, but more is really the 40. So again, I have to take 10 away. So I come to 30. So 40 minus 10 equals 30. So the other team scored 30 points. All right, let's look at number 23 if you did the Tuesday challenge. If you didn't, that's okay. Just look at it and follow along with us. Circle any number in the last row of the partial hundreds chart above. Subtract 30, write your equation. So this is the hundreds chart I looked at, okay? It told me to find a number. I found 50, and then it said to subtract 30. So that means I had to count back 10, 20, 30, which means I had to say 40, 30, 20. So 50 minus 30 equals 20. And now let's look at number 24. Leo makes 50 muffins for his class bake sale. He sells 10 muffins. How many muffins are left? Okay, so if Leo started with 50 muffins and he sold 10, I'm counting backwards. So think, if you're counting by tens, what comes before 50? So I went 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Wait, I said 40 before 50. So when I'm at 50 and I count back by 10, I get 40. So 50 minus 10 equals 40. That was the Tuesday challenge. Great job if you did it. I'm so proud of you. And if you just followed along, excellent. Because now you're that much smarter in math too. So let's look at today's math lesson. Pause the video if you need to get your stuff together. But what you're going to need for today is you're going to need page 633. You're going to need page 634. This is our math lesson today. We're doing lesson 11.4. Okay, we skipped over 11.3 because it was open number line, and we're not going to worry about that. We're going to use some other strategies instead. All right, so once you get your papers and you come on back, let's do this together. All right, and it says you can use addition to subtract. Picture a piece of a hundreds chart. We used 100 charts back before we were out of school. So if we have 90 minus 50 equals, you can think about 50 plus what equals 90. And what you can really think about, because remember, you have a tens place and a ones place, and we only have zeros in our ones place. So we can use almost like our ones and then add our zero back. If I think 5 plus what equals 9, I go, oh, that would be 50 plus 40 equals 90. So 9 minus 5 equals 4, which means 90 minus 50 equals 40. All right, so let's look at this. This says 50 plus what equals 70. So I'm going to think, if I have 50, that's like having a 5 almost. And I have 70, that's almost like having a 7. So if I know 5 plus 2 is 7, then I know 50 plus 20 equals 70. So 70 minus 50, it's just like a turnaround fact, is 20. So go ahead and do that. All right, now, once you get that one down, look at number 2. This says 60 plus what equals 90. So you can almost use a think cloud and think 6 plus what number equals 9. So we're going to put a 0 back in the ones place. Well, I know 6 plus 3 equals 9, so 60 plus 30 would equal 90. Now it's a turnaround fact, so 90 minus 60 equals 30, all right? Thumbs up if you got that. If you're confused, you can pause and replay the video. If you're ready to move on, just flip your paper over. We're gonna look at 634, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna use our think clouds with our ones digits because we're gonna only add a 0 to make it a 2 digits number. So if this says 20 plus something equals 40, I can think about 2 plus what equals 4. Well, that's a doubles. So if 2 plus 2 would equal 4, then I know 20 plus 20 equals 40. Turnaround fact, right? 40 minus 20 equals 20. Almost like doing a fact family there. Another way I can do it is I can draw my 10s if I need to. So I have 30, 10, 20, 30. Plus what equals 80. All right, so I have 30. Now I'm going to say 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And when I count these, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10, 20, 30 plus 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 30 plus 50 equals 80, which means the opposite, if I was like thinking of a fact family or a turnaround fact, 80 minus 30 equals 50. All right, you with me so far, firsties? All right, let's look at this. 60 plus what equals 70? Think about 6 plus what equals 7. Well, that's 1. So if I have a 60, I'm going to have a 10. 60 plus 10 equals 70. And if I want to take that away, I just do the opposite. So 70 minus 60 equals 10. Let's look at number 6. 40 plus what equals 90? All right, again, we can use our 10s if we need to. So I drew up my 4 10s, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, or 10, 20, 30, 40, and I need to get to 90. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 40. And I said 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means that 40 plus 50 equals 90. If I flip that around, 90 minus 40 equals 50. Okay, so we can use addition to help us solve subtraction. And let's look at these two really quick here. Okay. And I drew a little diagram, a little picture to help us out. It says Jackie plans to paint fingernails of 8 friends. So 8 friends. She finishes painting 4 friends' nails. If each friend has 10 nails to paint, how many nails does Jackie still need to paint? Now think about that. Okay. Now if we know our doubles facts, we know 4 plus 4 equals 8. So she has 8 and she painted 4. So if I did that, I know she has 4 more, right? But we're not talking about friends, we're talking about fingers. And everybody has 10 fingers, 5 on each hand. So I drew that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 fingers plus 5 fingers equals 10 fingers. And I know that it tells me that Jackie has, and it says, write and solve an equation to show how many more nails, which is like fingernails. Okay, so she started with 8 friends, which means she really started with 80 fingernails. And she painted 4 friends' nails, which means she really painted 40 fingernails. So she has 40 more fingernails to paint. So that's 40 nails because each finger has a nail on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 10 fingers, which means you have 10 nails to paint. All right, so it's 80 minus 40 equals 40 and 40 more nails. That one's a little tricky, but think about that if you need to. And let's look at the last one. Which addition equation could you use to help you solve the subtraction problem below? This is 70 minus 20. So I want to think 20 plus what equals 70? Well, all I have to do is add a 0 back. If I take my 0 away, I'm looking at a 1-digits number, a ones place number again. So I'm thinking to myself, 2 plus what equals 7? Oh, well that's going to be 2 plus 5 equals 7. And if 2 plus 5 equals 7, now I'm going to think 20 plus what equals 70? So that's going to be 50. So my addition problem that's going to work is going to be 20 plus 50 equals 70. So that's going to help me solve that. So that's how we're using addition to help us with subtraction with 2-digit numbers. Remember, all of our 2-digit numbers are counting by 10. So they all end in a 0 this time. If you want a Wednesday challenge, you're going to go back to page 632, okay? And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 problems to try as a Wednesday challenge. It's completely optional. If you want to do it, you can. If you don't, that's okay too. We'll check it over tomorrow either way, all together. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow.